Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am too comfortable, so I'm just gonna talk like this. So basically, I went on a recent trip to Uttarakhand. It was for 6 days, and I have never tried vlogging before, but I thought I should do it on this trip. So I have vlogged some parts of the trip for you guys. It's mainly shot in Chakrata, which is where I stayed the longest and I had the most fun. I was supposed to go to Chakrata, Dhanordi, which I was not able to go because it was snowing and the roads were not safe. Masuri and Landor. So you're gonna see bits and pieces of my experience in these vlogs. It's going to come out in two parts. I hope you enjoy it. And now I'm going to let Past Farheen take over. Guys, so I'm in UK and right now we're going to Moila Top, which is like this meadow. Uh, it's chilly, but it's also like very sunny, so that kind of cancels out the cold. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along with me to Moila Top. It's a trek of about like 2.5-3 kilometers, and it's 2.5-3 hours away from where we are right now. But yeah, I'm gonna take you along. Okay, bye. This is us actually driving to the starting point of the trek. As you can see, the roads are already quite narrow and bumpy, and we also had some company. So we've reached the place, and now we started the trek. It's a 2.5 kilometer trek. It's very cold, it's windy, chilly, but also sunny, so the weather is actually quite nice for trekking. It's really peaceful and also lots of greenery, like you can see. But it's an uphill climb, so breathing is a little laborious. Oh, path ahead looks like it's a tough climb. Already out of breath. Let's do it. My god, it's a little scary. Oh भाई साहब, क्या लेके है मुंह में? ठीक है. Hi my little baby. Hi my little baby. Yeah, I can see the meadow. I have my companion and I have the meadow in front of me. Finally, after so much of struggle, this is what we came for. Moila Top was very scenic, and the view from the temple was also quite nice. I also made a new friend, I think. I kept looking back because they were actually offering treats. But anyway, here's some scenic shot, and then this is me going back. I also went to Chilmiri Top, which is like a sunset sunrise viewpoint, but I found it quite meh. So right now I'm at Sunset Point, but it's very underwhelming. Sunset is behind me. It's very underwhelming, to be honest. So I'm back in the car because it's extremely chilly and windy outside, and the view is not at all worth it. Like I get like a better sunset view from my resort. So yeah, we're just gonna head back home now. Cause I'm also really hungry. I haven't had lunch, and we had like a very strenuous trek. So I just wanna go back to my hotel and then have like a warm cup of Maggie, bowl of Maggie. I'm finally back in the hotel. Uh, it's very cold. I'm just gonna like change and I'll probably have like Maggie, charge my phone because my phone does not have any charge. And I'll see you guys later. By the way, this is the view from like my hotel room, and that's why I said I think I can just show you guys a better sunset. So you guys can see, I can pretty much like see the sunset. So there's also like a balcony here, and you can actually see like a much better sunset or sunrise from like the hotel room. I don't know why. Nobody needs to go to Chilmiri Top when you have this view. This was actually a pretty mid meal. The chicken was not nice. It was recommended by the hotel, but it was not nice. The pineapple raita was fire though, maybe because I just love pineapple. And then after that, I watched Singham and I did a little bit of skincare and fell asleep. So I'm in Chakrata right now, and it is currently -1, and I'm absolutely freezing. But I wanted to talk about our trek yesterday, which we did to Moila Top, because you must have seen like clips of me from the trip. But I do want to talk about the do's and the don'ts if you do plan to come to Chakrata, and also especially if you plan to go on the trip. So we are actually staying at this resort, which is like 1.5 hours away from the place. So it took us like 1.5 hours to reach the place where the Moila Top is situated. It's basically a meadow, and it looks really scenic during June, July, like basically during the rainy season, because it looks like lush green and there's like cattle grazing. It's also called like the mini Switzerland. So but we went during the winters, so it was kind of like a little barren but still very beautiful. And so once you reach the place, like the actual location, you can actually take your car inside. So the actual trek, there is um the entire thing is like 6 kilometers, but you can actually drive for like 2.5 3 kilometers, and then you can park your car, and that is where the trek starts. So the actual trek is actually of 2 kilometers, unless you're like parking at the very outside, then it'll be like 5 6 kilometers. But yeah, we parked it inside, which is what a couple of other people also did who are also coming on the trek, and then we had to trek for like 2 kilometers. So of course, if you're going on this trek, do ensure that you're adequately dressed. Wear sneakers with like a good grip. So the path of the trek, it's actually quite narrow, in certain areas where only like one person at a time can pass, and there's no like kind of like railing to hold on to either. So one side is basically like the rocks, and the other side is just like the open, like the edge of the cliff. So it's kind of scary, and especially if you have like fear of heights like me, then I would say that this trek was kind of like a 6.5 on 10 in terms of difficulty. That's why it's very essential that you wear like good sneakers, like sneakers with like a good grip. Don't wear flats, definitely don't wear heels if you're a girl. I saw a girl at the meadow, and she was wearing like heels, and I just I just could not imagine how she must have like done the trek, because I was pretty much like scared for my life. So the trek, it's not even like a plain route. You kind of have to like climb up, climb down, climb up, climb down. So you're continuously kind of like going like this, like between the mountains. And so certain areas, there are like steps. Certain areas you have to kind of like ascend, and then there's also like like it's an ascent, but it's actually like the corner of the cliff, so that just makes it like 10 times scarier. And again, like I mentioned, no railings, so it's all very scary. So make sure you're going with someone maybe who has like a little experience, or someone who can like maybe give you a little bit of support. Otherwise it just gets like really really scary. So make sure you're basically carrying like a camping bag, like a trekking bag, and ensure you have like water, maybe some kind of like protein bars or something if you feel hungry. Wear good shoes. Now the don'ts is obviously do not wear heels, like I just mentioned. Is there anything else? So the trek, like I mentioned, was like for 2 kilometers. It took me like 45-50 minutes. When you're kind of like starting the trek, there's a lot more exhaustion there, because you're kind of like climbing um, the stairs and like the rocks and all. But the descent is fairly easy in terms of exertion, but the descent is so much scarier, because it's not like they're like proper stairs, they're just like rocks here and there, so you kind of like have to find like strategic places to place your foot for like some good grip. And I have a fear of heights, so the descent part was actually way scarier for me than the ascent part. But overall it was fun. The meadow itself was pretty, very scenic. I think if it were green, like we had seen in the pictures during monsoon, it would make it like 10 times better. But even then it was like really really pretty. So in case you come to Chakrata, do check out Moila Top. With that, we come to the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm very new to vlogging. I'm sure this is just going to be like haphazard clips of me doing random things, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys with my next vlog in Uttarakhand. Bye.